Okay, start.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will be discussing chapter 16 to 18, The Mountain. Okay, a quick introduction to role. The questioner is Bella, the vocabulary and teacher is Nas, the connector is me, passage selector is Aina, and the summarizer is Ayat. So we're gonna start at chapter 16 first, and the chapter 16 is about Justice goes to Manny's house to have dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Rivers. So whom shall we start first?
Should I go first?
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
Okay, so I'm the passage selector, and the passage that I selected is in page 100, and it's actually the last paragraph. I will read it. So I think Ayat can open it. Thank you, Ayat. Okay, so in this paragraph, we could see that, okay, I'll just go through. When steps inside and the fragrance of chicken or assaults his senses, he's 100% sure he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to sit down at the antique book table to eat from a china cabinet. He doesn't want to make small talk with his dead best friend's parents as they eat his favorite meal and not their son's. So in this, I chose this passage because it really shows how Justice is acting mature. Although he's just like around our age, but he actually understands how Manny's parents is feeling, and although he feels like so sad to go to his dead friend's house, but still he go because his parents want to feel that at least there is someone to calm them down. Yeah. So I really support Justice actions because he was really acting rationally. Do you guys have any opinions on this? It looks like none, so I think all of you agree with me, right? So okay, I think we should proceed with another paragraph, another section because it will be quite similar.
Where is it, Miss Aina?
Who want to go next?
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
you finish with your passage, yeah?
Yeah.
Ah.
Is you all can
Oh,
you hear
if
me?
Bella want to continue, you can continue.
Yeah, will
Yes, I
you
can hear
guys
you.
like question? So my question is, okay, firstly, if I ask, weren't the parents doubt their son's death was caused by justice? But the answer will be obvious that they won't blame Justice for this because they know that Justice is a good boy. But if I ask you guys as a parent, would you let the public meddle into your private your son's death? So what would you do? Would you let them meddle, or you keep it to yourself? Or how would you handle this?
The medal?
The media. You know,
Oh,
in
I think I will be quite panicking because it's not the suitable time for them to come and ask questions, right? So yeah, it will be really disturbing.
Okay, so to be honest, I feel like I want to know why they want to. It's not like they want to meddle. What effect will they give if they are meddling with my son's death? Okay, for example, some media are baking up, such as the GEM movement. They are baking up many and justice actually because they know they are not at fault in the incident. But some of them, like the pundit, like they are accusing justice and many for having a gun, which is worsen the whole situation. Okay, so that's my answer. I think if they meddle with my son's death, will actually back up, will actually show the truth to the world that my son is not at fault. I will actually let them show the world that my son is not actually in the wrong here. So, but if they are actually spreading some bad rumors about the death of my son, I will definitely be mad. So it's better for them to be quiet, right? Okay, so that's all.
Can we hear from the dad side? You know, man. Do you guys have anything?
I think my point is actually quite same with Ayat. Um, well, we know that if I am in the place of Jared's father, of course, uh, we should know that we are in a black community, right? In the black generation. So, in order to actually, maybe we can. I know that meddling about your son's death is actually not quite good, and it's actually maybe make you more frustrated. But if it actually give
Dia sudah baju.
it actually shows to the world that um, black peoples are actually innocent and the white peoples and you understand, right? Okay, I think that's for me.
Ansa, would you like something to add?
I think I have nothing to add.
Okay, so to sum up what you guys are saying, your answer would probably for the sake of their son's justice. So it tells that you guys want to prove that your sons are innocent, and I think based on what the reverse partner does, they let the media meddle is for the sake of their racial and equality issue, because this is one of the way to prove that the black people are getting oppressed these days, right? That's what you guys are trying to tell. So yeah, it's probably maybe uncomfortable for someone to interrupt into your private issue, family problem, especially someone's death. So yeah, I think that's the most rational answer for that. Okay, let's move on to our favorite thing, vocabulary.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity to spread my knowledge on vocabulary. So, okay, we are at chapter 16, right? Wait, I will open my notes. So, my first vocab of the day, I think I have actually a lot of vocab that I found quite interesting and can be used. So, the first one is sling in chapter 16. I think it's the first paragraph. Yes, from his sling. Yeah, that one. Okay. Sling is the meaning of sling is a flexible strap or belt used in the form of a loop to support or raise a hanging weight. So sling is like what you call in Malay is like andong, the one that you put at your hand when you have a broken hand. Okay, that is a sling. Okay, the next one.
Oh, wait, Mr. Vocab. Does sling here means sling actually, or is it
Actually,
a different
sling
thing?
has it has a different meaning. You know that the slingshot one, yeah, that can also be called as a sling. But this sling
Oh,
is actually talking about justice hand, as you know. You have to understand first the concept. Yeah,
is it like metaphor?
No, no, no.
or no?
It
What do
is
you call that?
another definition. The
Oh,
the
okay,
word
like
green
another
have two
definition.
definition. Like the word orange have two definition. The color and the fruit. You understand, right?
Oh,
Ah,
okay, understand.
okay. So the next one is I don't know how to spell this. Kakiotre. Kakiatore. I think it's at the passage Aina just now. Aina highlighted. Caccire. Ah, that one. Chicken, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
is it
This word,
like Italian word?
I don't
I
know if
I
it's actually an
I
Italian
think
word.
it's like Italian word because it sounds like Italian. I think
I think maybe the origin is Italian because you know that English always borrow other language, right?
Yes,
Language word.
yes.
So I don't know how to spell this. I don't know how to actually say the word. So it means that it is prepared in a spicy tomato sauce with mushroom and herbs. Spicy tomato sauce. I think it's like tiga rasa. You know that? I don't know. I don't know because usually it is fish tiga rasa, right? Ikan tiga rasa. But I don't know about this because it is tomato, right? Hmm. Do any of you girls know in the spicy? I don't know. Maybe this is US food. So just add it. Maybe you can use it in your essays or anything. Or maybe if you go to the US, you will eat this. Uh, okay.
It's
So the
Mr.
next,
actually
Rocket. Uh,
it's
yeah, Aina.
yeah, I know.
okay. It's
You go
actually
first.
cacciatore.
Cacciatore, yeah. Chicken
Wow.
I
cacciatore,
actually want to say
yeah.
the same thing.
Wow,
Cacciatore.
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 Origin?
I don't think it is Italian if it is pronounced like that.
Yeah, I also saw like it's from Italy though.
Oh, is it Italy?
Mamma mia.
Okay. What? Cacciatore. Mamma mia. Okay, we have to fast, fast, move fast now. Okay, the next one is smotter. Okay, I spell it SMOTHERED. Yeah, that one. Smotter. So smotter is actually mean that it is cooked in a covered container. You know, like the one that we cook in an aluminium, like that. For aluminium,
Oh,
I think it's like that.
is it same
Okay, the
like
next one. Next one.
smoking the chicken?
Smoke, smoking.
No, no. It's like cook with the smoke.
Um, I think so. Using the water vapor like that. Cook in a covered container.
It's more like
Do you know a
spread,
covered
right?
container? I don't know. I don't know how to cook, so I don't know what is this.
Like sometimes people
Do
say
you
like
girls have any idea what is this?
something smothered by something. You know, it's like something is it's either spread by or covered by.
Oh, like
You
this
know?
is mutton in mushroom. Okay, I
Ah.
understand. So it is covered with mushroom lah. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry for the. Okay, the next one is guilt. GILT. Yeah, I have quite a lot of vocab today. GILT. GILT. Guilt. Yeah.
Mr. Vocab, can I guess what is the meaning behind guilt?
Yes. I would like to
Okay,
hear first. What is
it
your
feels uh it's a feeling of something wrong. Eh,
No, not that
oh no no
GUI,
not
the one
guilt.
that you don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. maybe my pronunciation is very poor. Okay, duke means that it is covered with a thinly gold leaf or gold paint. It's like there is some, you can say that it is like shiny or glittering like that. You can say that it has a gilt edge around its paint. Hmm, is there any more? Okay, the last one. The last one is vintage. VINTAG. I don't know if you guys know, but I don't know. So I put this word. Okay, vintage is like, for this, it is used like it is relating. We usually, vintage is used for wine because we want to say that it is a long, not long. It has been kept for a
Vintage.
long time. So it is a vintage wine. You know that? So at here you want to say that the watch is actually a very old. You can say that it is an old watch. So you can say is another word is vintage. Uh, okay, that's all from me. So Ansa,
Interesting.
you can continue your connections.
Okay, connection. Okay, so in this chapter, chapter 16, so the big issue in this chapter is about how do you cope with someone death, or how do you cope with grief. So I want to talk about from what I know from how to deal with sadness. So if something really bad happens to you, you need to take your time, um, get cut yourself some slack, take time to relax your mind, and don't what do you call that, keeping your emotion inside. Don't do like that, because
Yeah.
it, uh because if you do like that, if you do like that, you're gonna suffer a lot from from your mind. So you need to have something to do, or someone to release your emotions. Like for example, if you get stressed from studying, you need to like go play some football or any sports do you want. And basically you just need to have growth mindset after that. When you have the growth mindset, you don't torture yourself by negative thoughts. So after that, you just need to trust yourself, forgive yourself, and then just move on. So I think that's all for connection. Or do you guys have anything to add?
I think that's all. Ansa, can I ask a question? Do you refer to any passage for your connections just now or not?
Um,
Or are you
I
talking about the evolution of the whole chapter?
even I just talking about the evolution of the whole chapter
Okay, okay,
actually.
okay. That's good. Okay. So maybe we can summarize this chapter because the time is running up. Even Ayah is watching something. So we can
Okay.
interview.
Actually, everyone is freezing on my screen, so I thought my connection is quite bad. Okay, so let me just summarize this chapter. This chapter, basically, this whole chapter is about when Justice is visiting Manny's parents right after his death. So the first thing that is mentioned in this chapter is about Justice getting a new car from one of his classmates' parents. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then he drove that car to Justice to Manny's parents' house, and they have dinner together. Where in the passage that I now highlight, how Justice actually feel he really shouldn't come, and he actually feel uneasy from the whole dinner. And at the end of the dinner, uh, just Mr. and Mrs. Rivers give justice a present that they plan to give to many on his 18th birthday, which is a really vintage watch from their descendant, from great grandfather of many. So they decided to give that watch to justice because they know that their son want many to have that watch if uh, if the situation which happens actually happens. Okay, so at the end of the chapter ends with justice wearing that watch. Okay, so that's I guess there's not many things happen in chapter 16. So let's start with chapter 17. I mean, let's move on to chapter 17. Do you guys want to start with some question or passage?
You pick.
Okay, let's start with some question.
Oh, you guys are really eager to answer question, yeah, tonight. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, very interested with question.
In this chapter, we know that Justice met Quan, Manny's cousin, who
One.
is turns out to be one of the member of Black Jihad. So Black Jihad is one of the main focus in this chapter. So what do you guys think? Is Black Jihad a do or don't?
I think it's a don't because it's look like a shady looking group based on its name. I think.
Care to expound? What
Hmm.
yeah, what do you think? What does shady groups going to affect the society? What will it do?
I think that group, to be honest, it looks like a gang because the first appearance in this story it shows that if you guys can remember, there's actually a member that punched Blake, right? When he used the clansman costume. So I think it's look like a shady group. I think.
Okay,
Okay, so to be
Elaine?
honest, in my opinion, uh, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hi.
Yes, we can hear you
Hello,
very
hello. We
clear.
can hear.
Yes, we can hear you
Okay,
very
thank
clearly.
you.
Yes.
Uh, so in my opinion, belajar I'm on both sides. My answer is it depends. Black jihad is do and don't, because if the main purpose, I believe the main purpose of black jihad is actually to back up, to give support to African American community in US, which where justice and many lives. They are trying to give support to African American, but then uh, their way to give support is by using violence. They are going against the police. They are not actually giving support in a good way, which is I believe there are so many good ways they can try to find to actually support African American community in that neighborhood, but they don't try to use a good way. They are using violence instead of trying to have peace with other white people, other white citizen. So that's why I believe if they really they already have a good intention, they want to support their own community, but then they are using the wrong way. So that's what makes black jihad is a don't. But if they found a good way to actually really to to protect their own community with the good intention and a good way, it's a do. So that's my answer.
So Aina and Nas, do you guys have anything to add?
I actually agree with both Aya and Ansa, but if you ask me, I think it would definitely be a don't. Because white people already have a bad impression on you. So by joining this organization, you might create a bigger bad impression towards your your people. I think it will be a don't.
Yeah, I think the point is already said by the other three. So I don't think there is anything for me to add. But if you ask my opinion, obviously I would say no lah, because that jihad is giving a bad impression
Okay, so you guys, everyone said
on
don't, right?
the
Okay, if we look from,
people.
so why do they
So
have
better you
supporter?
must.
Can you guys hear me?
Is it my
Hello?
connection or everyone's connection?
I think it's Bella. Okay,
Oh yeah,
you can
yeah.
hear Bella.
Okay,
Bella, your camera is
Okay.
sekat-sekat. Oh, it's okay dah.
okay, can you guys hear me?
It's okay, it's okay. Yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, well, everyone said don't, right? Okay, so we need to look at the supporters' perspective. Like, why do they have supporters when it's a big no? So, we can see that from Juan Dialogue and Justice, Juan once mentioned that resistance is existence. That's mean that through their revolution to oppose those authority, that is the only way that they can arise, like their existence, like trying to make the authority acknowledge them. So what I discovered before, I came across a passage, a post that says that when the community is less concerned about inequality, it is because the inequality rate is high. It's like in the society where there is more white people, so there is less concern of inequality. So that's why when there is black jihad, they are trying to make people acknowledge about their existence. So that's how they want to raise their concern on the inequality that exists among them. So yeah, black jihad is, I think, if we have a different kind of approach instead of only solely for from violence, it can be a yes, a do. So should we proceed with our favorite thing, Mr. Pocket?
Yes, you can. So Ayat, are your screen share is okay or not? Oh, okay. Okay. So the first. Wait. Um. I think there is not too many. Okay. So the first word is menaces. MENACES. MENA. Hello. NA.
Yes.
It's okay. Okay. There. So the meaning of menaces is a person or thing that is likely to cause harm, a threat, or danger. So yeah, he wants to say that holding kids deem menaces to society. He wants to say that kids that are dangerous to the society. It's like that. Okay, for the next one, is loafers. LOAFERS. Yes, that one. So loafers is basically like a leather shoe shaped with a flat heel. How do I say? It's like that sometimes the shoe that
Uh,
you
yeah.
when
In women world, we call it wedges.
wedges. Yeah, I don't know about that. Sorry.
I think it's like leather shoes, but without with the bottom with the sole is flat.
Ah,
Like
the
that.
with the flat. Yes. Nothing to add. Okay. Beckoning. BECKONING. I don't know this word, but I think you know. So I'll just say beckoning means that making a gesture with a hand or arm or head to encourage someone to approach or follow. So it's like if you say at this passage, Quan is beckoning to Zeus, right? So it's like he is trying to make Zeus to follow and try to, okay, I think you understand, right? Okay, for the next, I think this is the last one, is twofold. Twofold. TWO. It is, there is no space. One word. One word. One word.
Passion,
Sorry,
my friend.
okay. So instead of just saying that there are two solutions, you can say that the solution is twofold. Ah, okay, understand, right? So the next we can continue maybe with some connections to the real world.
Okay, just a quick connection. Okay, if the Black Jihad is a good community, assume Black Jihad is a good community, I think if you join this kind of community, I think it will really helps a lot in our character development because just by being yourself, it's actually hard to achieve what your goal. Because in this case, if justice want to push all the black curse, he just can't do this by himself. He's gonna get problem because of the black curse. And because when you join a community, it helps you a lot since you can't just be successful alone. So because you can't just win games just by training with yourself. So I think that's all for connection to this chapter. Simply put, just don't be alone. Be with some community.
Can I add someone what I just
Is that all?
tell us is connected into the real world? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes.
There's some
Yes, with
background
some
noise a little
additional
bit.
background sound. It's okay, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. You can.
Oh, okay, so actually when I started be with some community instead of moving alone, perhaps you guys can actually in this case they are trying to move in a community with their own I mean their own kind only. They are not trying to mingle with uh, African American, are not trying to mingle with white people, and so vice versa. So in my opinion, um, perhaps we can actually in real world we can see that in our country, especially in sekolah kebangsaan, we can see a lot of this also happens, which Indian people with Indian people, Chinese people with Chinese people, and Malay people with Malay people. But actually, if we want to actually really like what do we call vanish? Not vanish. We want to. I mean I mean
Destroy.
what do we call? We want buang racism. How do I say it?
Not diminish.
Remove
What
Uh,
is it? Remove.
racism.
Get rid. I
Remove
don't know.
the racial
I
barrier.
know vanish. I know the word is not vanish, but I don't know. If you want to get rid of racism in our community, we actually need to mingle with other community too, such as try to be friends with white people and African Americans, such as what Jared and Manny is actually doing. They are best friends, despite of they have different despite of
It's okay, it's
Okay.
okay. You understand. You work at home.
Okay, so my conclusion is instead of just mingling with our own kind, let's be friends with other kinds such as white people and African American too. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you very much, Ayat, for the wonderful opinion. So I think could I proceed with passage?
Of course. Go ahead.
Yes. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Yeah.
the passage that I really found interesting is in page 109, where it's in the middle of the page. They said that, yeah, black man's curse. Birds got diarrhea and youths like us are the toilet. So before I share my opinion, do you guys have any opinions? What does this line actually mean?
I think it's like African American races are being stomped by white people.
Yeah, true, true. What words got diarrhea? Like people around this black community are having problems with themselves. Like we have problems with other people, and they make black people as the victim. So they just throw their problems into the black community. So yeah, I think this passage really got me. So that's all.
Um, is it that's all for chapter 17?
Yes, I think we should proceed with
I think that's
summarizing.
all.
Oh yeah, summarizer. It seems like the summarizer had
Summarizer.
problem.
Maybe you can summarize the chapter, or you want me to summarize it?
Berzikiran lah.
Oh no no. I'm really sorry. I really didn't realize we are actually at the end of everything. Okay, so this chapter is actually wait, we are at chapter 17, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay,
mine just
so
summarizing.
chapter 17 is hello.
Yeah,
We
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Hello.
We can hear you. Don't worry. Go
Okay,
on.
thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you. Don't worry.
This chapter is actually about Justice visiting Quan Banks, which is many cousins. Actually, this chapter, the Quan Banks is actually mentioned. His name is actually mentioned in a previous chapter where he shot a police. When Justice met Quan Banks, actually there he actually connects the dot why many suddenly get shot by the police when he opened the when he when he opened the voice the song in his car really loud.
I think it was supposed to be a sad scene.
I'm sorry, what I know?
I thought this was supposed to be a sad scene.
I'm really sorry. Okay, I tried to get in the mood. Give me a moment. Okay, okay.
It's
So
okay, take your time.
everyone, let's be sad. Okay, so this is where Justice met Quan Banks, and Quan Banks actually tell him the connection between him, Castello, and what is the name that showed him Tyson, something Tyson, right? So that's where actually all the dots are connected, and why they suddenly got shot, even with just a simple loud voice from the music from their car. And when Justice met Quan Banks actually advised him to meet with what was the name? Trey leader, Malta something matter. Okay, it does not matter, but he advised Justice to meet with the gang leader so that he can actually get some support. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the whole chapter because when Justice went out of the juvenile, he actually consider about with um meeting with the gang leader, which is the leader of Trey, because Quan actually gave him the number of Trey's number. Okay, so let's move on to chapter 18.
Yeah,
Hey.
let's move on to chapter 18. Maybe we can have some. Hmm. Who wants to start first? I don't think I want to start first. Save the best for the last, right? So I
The
think
connector
Oh.
seems so eager.
Yeah, connector. Why
Okay,
are
that's
you
fine.
opening your mic?
I actually want first. Okay. Okay. Chapter 18. So basically, the big issue about chapter 18 is Justice caught himself in a slender. So how do you survive a slender actually? Okay, I'm gonna explain in based on my own knowledge actually, my experience. Okay, so every time you hear about slender, slender is like it's like feather duster. You know feather duster? It's like um you want to wipe out dust using the feather duster. Okay, why slender is like feather duster? Because once you pull all of the feathers are gonna blown away. So when you are told to put all of them back together, it's gonna be a hard thing. So slender is exactly like that. Once get into the slender, it will take a very long time to recover back the slender. So you need to be patient. And also, um, you if you saw yourself get caught into the slender, you need to consistently convince other people that you are not actually guilty, and make sure you do a lot of good things because when you in a slender, people would very likely have a bad assumption of yourself. So I think that's all for my connection.
I'm sorry, Ansa, but what is slender again?
Slender is like fitnah.
Can
Can
you
you
spell
spell
it?
the word for me?
Ah.
Uh, Slander. Um, to
All
define
right.
it in
Yes,
English, it's actually bad accusation.
all right. Thank you, Ansa, for the such a really deep connection. Do you guys
yes.
want to add something to answer, or we can learn some new vocabs from our Miss Vocab?
Miss,
Yes,
Mister.
Miss
I'm
Vocab.
sorry, Mister.
Mister.
maybe. Do you have
Yeah, I think vocab.
anything on that? Okay. Maybe we can go to the vocab. Okay. So the first vocab is the word rabbit. RABID. Rabbit dogs. Is that the first passage? Uh-huh. Okay. The meaning of the rabbit dog is a dog that is affected with rabies. I think you guys all know, but I don't know, so I will put it. Okay, the second one is the word whim. 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 Ayat, are you annotating or not? Whim. WHIM. Okay. The word whim is actually means that no. Alamak. I already researched, but I didn't put it in my notes. Wait
What actually happened?
Yeah, what happened? Oh my god.
No. I
Oh,
highlighted
Anas is
the
searching
word.
for win.
Oh, it's not this whim, another whim. What?
Oh, I'm
No,
which
no,
win is
no.
that?
It is the no. It is correct, but I didn't remember the word meaning. I already researched, but I didn't put it in the notes. Sorry. I if I search in the Google, it says that a sudden desire or change of mind, especially one that is unusual or unexplained. Hmm.
Can we say that
Do
whim is
anyone,
indecisiveness?
how is that? I didn't understand
Indecisiveness
actually.
is a condition of you have a hard time making decision. You know, like you always change your decision.
Oh. Maybe because it says in the meaning is a sudden desire or change of mind. Okay. Okay, so the next one is blatant. BLATANT. Yeah. So the word blatant there means that it is done openly, but it is specifically for a bad things. Uh, so and there is so it shows that that justice is being attacked, right? So it is done openly. The action of showing that it is done openly, uh, the action is bad. So we can use the word blatant. Okay. So the next one is defamation. Defamation. Do you guys know what is the meaning of defamation? No. Okay.
No.
So the word
Is it
defamation
is it
is
like framing?
it's almost it's the same as framing, but framing is more to like making bad things. It is defamation is making a bad reputation of someone. Not specifically to what you say just now. Yeah, that one I didn't remember what it says now. Okay, the next one is domi domicile. DOMICILE.
No, sia.
Okay. That one. Okay, domicile is actually a person's re, residence or home. Okay. Okay, the last one.
No.
Okay, the last one is cretin. CRETIN. Do you guys know what is this the meaning? Okay,
No.
cretin means that cretin is another word for stupid. So if you want to say someone is stupid, you can say that you are cretin. Yeah, like that. But it sounds like it doesn't sound good for cursing. So I don't think many people use this, but you can save it for later. Okay, that's all. So maybe you can continue with some questions.
Right. You guys want some question? Okay, we know that chapter 18 is focused on how they're getting frame. What do we call defamation? Blatant defamation, no. Is it correct? Usage utilization of weight? Okay, whatever. Okay, so this chapter is about justice is getting accused for something that he didn't done. So the question is, how effective do you think the media coverage the crime issue so far? Like using media manipulation and also like from one person perspective or whatsoever. So what do you guys think their coverage on this crime so far?
Okay, in my opinion, in this situation, in this justice Dia Martin context, I mean this justice situation, the media is doing a really good job in spreading the news to people as good as spreading a fake news, because when something is on the internet, no one can control it. Once it on the internet, people can do anything to that information, even creating a fake news from the already published one, because something on the internet is for public views, right? So anyone actually have can do anything on it. So that's why I said, once there's even if you deleted it, some people may have saved it or screenshot it, so they will always stay on the internet. So as fast as they spread the truth about the whole thing, it is also spreading, the fake news is also spreading as fast as the truth. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer because it's like saying that the media doesn't care about it, doesn't become responsible about either the news is fake or authentic. It's just they care about how their media is going to grab people's attention like that. Okay, anyone have anything to add to this question?
Yeah, I actually agree with what Bella just said. Bella said that media just want to get people's attention, right? So I think they really grab this opportunity to really boost up their channel's coverage. Like more people know about it, more people see, and the more money they get. So for their financial purpose, they're actually ruining somebody's life. So I think this is something that should be avoided. So I think they are doing quite not so good job in doing some coverages of news.
I think I agree with that also because some media just like you said, they just want to grab attention. They don't. Some media just don't really care whether it's true or false. They don't have time to check whether is it something true or false. They don't have time to check whether is it the story is true or not. So that's why they just spread the news. They just want fame. They just want to get more people to look at their channel. So I think it's a bad thing if you're uh, the manager or CEO of the media company. So you need, if you were a CEO of the company, I think you need to consider what news you want to spread.
Yeah, I think the company should have instill some morality in their production of news. So I read some articles about this. Usually, media coverage on the crime issue, they usually induce societal panic and also making public think that they are the potential victim. As we can see, justice feels like he was going to be another victim from other people's story, like the Carson and also the other people. Same goes with Martin, right? So, yeah, I think the media coverage on the crime is quite effective to the society. Is there anything to add, or we can proceed to
Bella,
some?
can I just
Oh yeah,
can
yeah,
I
can
add
can.
some
Go
to
ahead.
the towards the question? Okay, so I guess you guys have actually heard this a lot of time, that there's actually let's say an organization that controls the TV news and all the TV coverage. Have you guys ever heard of it? Like even in our country, there are some people like some news cannot actually be spread on the TV. Some news can actually because there are some organization such as our government are controlling it. So perhaps in my this is not actually the true story, but it's just my uh it's not my opinion. It's just my what do you call what is the I'm just
Assumption.
mm, just it's just my assumption. Yes, thank you, Bella. Assumption that the TV is actually controlled by a lot of um what people. They are actually having and perhaps a bigger position in the TV company, so they are actually controlling what the news can actually be spread on the TV. So I guess we don't know the white people in the organization is racist or not, but perhaps they want to back up their own community, so they are controlling what news. Perhaps the good news about the police, which back up the police and actually worsen the condition that shows justice, it's actually bad. They are actually spreading it on TVs, while the truth they are hiding it from the public. So that's perhaps one of the condition that actually happen in reality too, because I believe there are a lot of people trying to hide the truth from public because public has actually a lot of power once they know the truth.
Okay, that's a very good point you have there. That's an eye opening for me. Okay, Nas, do you have anything to add to this question?
No, I don't. I think everyone has given some good explanation. If I give an explanation, I think it's almost the same. So basically, yeah, you need to take a look first if you want to actually trust the media or not. That's all. Okay, bye.
Yeah, that's also a good point. We as the viewer also need to have our own, alternative in believing things. So we can proceed to the other role. So
Yes, the last one before summarizer, right? I think it is some passage.
Yes, correct, Nats. So
Okay.
for this chapter 18, we could see actually justice is in his own dilemma whether to choose between calling the number that Quan gave or not. Um, and we could also connect this by thinking that Quan actually took a decision for his own life, saying that there is no any use doing the right thing because people still look you as someone bad. So he came out to the conclusion that yeah, I will just stop doing right thing because no one is gonna see me as someone who is righteous. So before I expound, so do you guys have any opinion on Kwan's decision coming, not doing any right things anymore?
wait,
Do you guys have
actually
any
when
opinion on that?
when I
Okay,
read
in my
this,
opinion,
okay, go on.
Bella, you go first. It's
No,
okay.
no, no. I'm still braining this.
Okay, so in my opinion, when you say is it okay for quants to actually not being nice because no one actually cares if we being nice because we will still be judged by our skin color. In my opinion, just as what I've said a lot of time before, this is why we are keep going in circles when no one have the initiative to change. Black people will stay as black peoples. With they are using violence to actually make white people, giving them equality, what they want, giving them their rights by using violence against the authorities and white people. And white people will always assume that black people taken as a violence community, which always use violence to get what they want. This is why what I say about going in circles. So, in my opinion, Quans, this this is what if you guys have read, this is what Martin Luther King Jr. is trying to do. He's trying to change the black community by not using violence. He's using his mind instead of his violence. He is trying to find another way instead of just opposing authority without any what do we call any direction to get equality for their community. So I guess Quan's actions of why being nice when people don't see it, actually, if we keep being nice, if the whole community trying to change people, the white people perspective towards them, they will see it one day. They will actually saw that white people black people is not as bad as they are portrayed. They are actually black people who have a good heart, who didn't use violence such as Martin. So I believe that Quan's thought that is why being nice when people are not being nice towards us. In short terms, it may not have a big impact towards yourself, but to your grandkids, great grandkids, it perhaps will give a good impression towards them. Like if we are doing it consistently.
Yes, very true, Ayat. It will definitely give effects to your future generations. So Bella, just now you wanted to add something, right?
Yeah, just to add, I was thinking like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to feed people assumption about you being bad? So you want to feed their, yeah, what we call stereotype. Okay. So first thing, why are you doing this? Is it for people to tell them, yeah, I'm bad, so I should show them that I'm bad, or you are doing this for yourself? So you should think that if you are that, do you want to be that as a bad person or a good person? You never know that your act of kindness would maybe result in the world happiness or something, because there are many act of kindness that results in good results. You get me, right? Like everything you did will have its own consequences. When you did bad thing, um it's like, I don't know, have you guys read about this post like, you didn't kill this murder, and tomorrow the murder will kill 10 other people. It's like, you know, I this doesn't relate at all. Okay, I stop here.
Okay, thank you for wonderful opinions, Bella. So basically, it's just that kill people with kindness. Kill people with kindness. Okay, so that's all. So I think we should proceed with summarizer.
Thank you, Aina. Okay, so we are at chapter 18. This chapter starts with um Justice hanging out with the dog, like usual, and then Sarajin suddenly storms into the room where he opens the TV and they watch a news about justice. Do you guys remember about the Blake being the clansman and the whole brigade, equality brigade thingy? Okay, so they crop the picture and they just show the part where Justice being the thug extraordinaire. So they are Halloween. They are Justice is wearing costume as a thug, right? So they are cropping the picture and show it to mass public that says that Justice is actually a thug, something like that. Okay, so fast forward, Surgeon got a call from Jared, which he says to SJ that he want to clear the whole thing. He wants to actually tell the whole public that that's actually not what justice really are. They are actually doing just a Halloween costume for the brigade thing. Okay, and then um, uh, the moment Sarah Jane is on the phone with Jared, doc Justice actually having a small talk with doctor where the doctor discover that Justin has actually stopped be like Martin, writing to letter to Martin because he decided that actually it does not work for him, and he just discovered that no, it's not that he just discovered. He just realized that Martin actually also died in the end, just like many also died in the end. He just realized that no matter what he do, just like Quan Banks said, why being nice? But actually, in the end, we will be treated the same way. Even Martin is being nice, and he's also killed in the end. So that's what that's when he realized this is like an eye opening to him. So Justice stopped writing letter to Martin, and then um after that Sarah Jane told them about Jared trying to be good, even though his father actually want to fine want to I mean he punched his son, right? So Jared's father want to take action by using the authority. Okay, so we go fast forward. The doctor is actually siding on Jared because he knows Jared is a good friend with many, so he's trying to back up his friend because his friend is dead. Okay, and in the end of chapter 18, Justice actually clear everything with Sarah Jane because they are in a tightrope before this, right? They are having not an argument but some kind of a cold war between them. So they have cleared everything and they're good being back together. Okay. So at the end of chapter 18, there's actually a news about uh Manny's father. He's being he's actually stepped down from his position as the vice president because he's involved in some movement to I mean it's not to protect, it's to support Manny's death, to back up Manny's death in a good way. So due to that, his company actually lose millions of assets. So that's why he need to step down. And so that's what the news say. It's about Manny's dad being fired from his job. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's the end of chapter 18. I guess we can wrap up this discussion.
yeah. I think we can end this discussion. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you everyone.